He didn't expect the letter. He never saw it coming. It was a quiet afternoon in Rome when Keanu Reeves, one of Hollywood's most private and beloved actors, received a sealed envelope delivered by hand. No signature, no return address, just the Vatican's official seal. Keanu, known for his calm and curious nature, opened it slowly. Inside, a handwritten note from the Pope himself. It read simply, "I would like to speak with you in private. There are matters of the soul only few understand. You are one of them." The message was mysterious and deeply personal. Keanu, who has always kept his spiritual side under the radar, was intrigued. Why him? Why now? And what could the Pope possibly want to discuss with an actor best known for playing Neo in The Matrix? Without informing the press, or even his closest friends, Keanu quietly accepted the invitation. A week later, he boarded a discreet flight to Vatican City. No cameras, no entourage, just two men in a room filled with silence and truth. The Vatican guards led Keanu through dimly lit halls, past priceless works of art, until they arrived at a small private study. There, sitting at a modest wooden desk, was Pope Francis. He looked up, smiled warmly, and gestured for Keanu to sit. "Thank you for coming," the Pope said gently. "You've seen the world through many eyes. I need your help to reach those who are losing faith, not just in God, but in humanity." Keanu was stunned. The Pope wasn't here to preach. He was here to connect. What followed was a conversation that stretched for hours. They talked about life, loss, pain, and purpose. Pope Francis had read about Keanu's personal tragedies, losing his daughter, then his partner, enduring loneliness despite fame. "Your suffering," the Pope said, "has given you wisdom that cannot be taught. That is why I needed to speak with you." Keanu listened, humbled. But then the Pope leaned forward and shared something that shook him to his core. What he heard next would haunt his thoughts forever. Pope Francis revealed a vision he had during prayer, a world where people no longer seek truth, where technology controls emotions, and where loneliness is disguised behind screens. The world is losing its soul, he said. Not just spiritually, but emotionally. People are becoming ghosts while still alive. Keanu was visibly moved. He had spent years playing roles that questioned reality, artificial intelligence, and the meaning of human connection. But this was real. The Pope continued, "Your films spoke to a generation, but I believe you, the man behind the characters, have a greater role to play now. You can help awaken people to what truly matters." He then handed Keanu a small item, a simple wooden cross that belonged to a monk who had once saved countless lives during a time of war. "Carry this," he said. "Let it remind you that strength often comes from silent courage." Keanu took it, his hand trembling slightly. This wasn't just a blessing, it was a calling. When Keanu stepped out of the Vatican that night, he wasn't the same man who walked in. Keanu didn't speak to anyone after the meeting. He didn't post on social media or call the press. But something had shifted in him. In the weeks that followed, fans noticed a change. During interviews, Keanu began speaking more openly about compassion, the dangers of disconnection, and the importance of inner peace, not as a celebrity, not as a guru, but as a man who had seen something deeper. He donated quietly to mental health charities. He began supporting projects aimed at youth empowerment, digital detox, and emotional well-being. And while he didn't publicly speak about the meeting, he started wearing that simple wooden cross on his wrist, barely visible, but always there. Hollywood buzzed with rumors. Had he become religious? Was he leaving acting? The truth was simpler and more profound. Keanu wasn't promoting any faith. He was promoting awareness, the kind that only comes from silence, loss, and a conversation with a man who leads billions. Some stories are never told by headlines, but they echo through lives, quietly changing hearts. To this day, Keanu has never confirmed what was said in that Vatican room. But those close to him say the meeting left a lasting mark. He has since taken on fewer roles but chooses films with deeper meaning, stories that explore purpose, identity, and redemption. Off-screen, he mentors young artists, urging them to find their own voice and truth. The Pope's message that technology and fame can never replace human connection stuck with him. And in his quiet, humble way, Keanu has become a kind of spiritual guide for a generation lost in noise. Whether you believe in visions, fate, or just the power of two wise men sharing an honest talk, One thing is clear. That secret meeting changed Keanu Reeves, and through him, it may change others too. Closing words for the video. Sometimes, the most powerful stories happen behind closed doors. Not for attention, but for transformation. Keanu Reeves didn't need to be a prophet. He just needed to listen. And maybe we should too. If this story moved you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories of the world's most fascinating figures.